The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What you listening to, man? What they talking about? I got my hand up on that knob, trying to figure out. It doesn't matter who's the guest or what's the subject, cause they keep it 100 and them callers love it. The radio show got you tuned in, ready for action like a bad chick texting what's happening. They ain't here giving 5 o'clock news. Our hosts keep it blunt, sharing their point of views. They going in, man, cause they ain't got no filter. Cause they keep it 100, that's why we messing with you. Got you up to date with the latest with music and what's trending, that's basics. On primetime hours, you can never go wrong. And get night music and what's going on in your neck of the woods, like, hey, Al Roco on today, like, feeling entertained with the radio show. Tuesday, Thursday, taking over, let them know. Let them telephone rings, yeah, I'm on this thing.
All right, fellas, do y'all ever feel like while we doing these shows and stuff, man, that stuff be happening too fast? Like, it's so many things that happen at one time. It's hard to stay current with what's going on. It's ridiculous, man. We got so many different ways to go or start or speak about. So we just gonna choose. We're gonna do production right on the air. So we got Kanye West out here. He dropped something. So I'm just trying to figure out with Kanye West, like, do people still care? Are you still listening? Things of that nature. Then there's Beyonce with this country music stuff, the controversy around that, the radio stations, the dude from Dukes of Hazzard and what he said. We could start in many different places. So this is I like to say it's a democracy. We're not doing this dictatorship over here. What do y'all fellas want to dive into?
I didn't even know Kanye dropped the album. He dropped the whole album.
Yeah, with Ty Dolla $ign. I haven't listened to it yet. Chris, have you listened to it?
Nah, not yet. I ain't got.
We know 16 ain't listened to that shit.
Nah, we look then. No.
Well, that's real judging. It's called Vultures, and yeah, you're right. I haven't. So I guess we start.
Oh, okay. So I was right. It wasn't nothing about it. It wasn't a judgment. I was right. That's all that shit was.
Yeah. Okay. But, okay. So let's start with this then. So it bring up a good question. It's just said that he hadn't listened yet or whatever. Do you still care about Kanye? So Debo, do you still care about Kanye West with all the stuff that he's done? The White Lives Matter shirt, the MAGA stuff, all that weird stuff around him. Do you still care about listening to, being around Kanye West? Are you still gonna listen? Are you surprised that the album is doing the numbers that it's doing? Because it's racking up the numbers.
First off, I didn't even know he had an album out. So that's my problem. Like, I didn't know Kanye had an album out. But am I surprised? No. When Kanye is in a good mental health space, Kanye West is one of the greatest MCs of all time. That's a period. That's a undisputable fact. Okay, especially one of the greatest producers of all time. So if he producing his own shit and he in a good mental space, then chef's kiss. I'ma love it. But when he's not, that's the problem. And I feel like in the last 10 years, he has been in a bad mental health space more than he has been in a good one. That could be attributed to a lot of things. Him not taking his meds, him not taking full accountability of his mental health, and the people that's been around him, right? Including his old ex-wife. Although I do kind of feel like when he was with her for a while there, she was trying her best. And that shit is tough. As somebody who has a child that's on the spectrum, it's tough dealing with children and their mental health issues, especially definitely dealing with adults. So if he's in a good mental health space, then I'm not surprised that he's doing numbers because Kanye West is great. But then again, I've seen his new wife, and I don't know what they be on sometimes, bro. I feel like he ain't took a meds in a couple of days, a couple of weeks, because they be wilding. But if the shit is doing numbers, then it got to be good, I guess. Mm-hmm. I care. I will still listen to Kanye. Listen, I don't care about all that other shit, that MAGA shit, that other shit. Listen, fuck all that. I know that shit is acting out. See, you gotta differentiate between when a nigga is acting out and when a nigga really means some shit. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump mean the shit that he say. He believes that shit now. Whether at first you didn't believe it or not, that nigga believes that shit. He's ingratiating that shit. That shit. When you believe a Klansman, when they talking that anti-nigger shit, you believe that shit because you could feel it. Kanye West, you could tell when a nigga just doing some shit to get attention. And I feel like that's what he's on.
Was that? Do you feel like that was okay? So what about the anti-Semitic comments? Because that's really what blew it up for him. You know, the White Lives Matter shirt didn't even really stop him. It was when he had the anti-Semitic comments that really just things started to buckle up on him. But you saying, Debo, that stuff doesn't really matter when it comes to the music. Because I know you one of those people that can separate whatever somebody got going on in their life from, you can separate the art from the person or the person from the art.
Most parts. It just depends. Certain things. Like if you mess with kids or some shit like that, then I can't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? If you a shitty father, I can't fuck with you, Future. I can't fuck with you, Gucci Mane. But anything else I can pretty much differentiate. If that's what y'all feel, fine. Then y'all go handle that shit. Let them handle that shit. Let them handle their own issues with Kanye. Just like we have to handle issues with our people, I'm gonna let y'all handle that shit with Kanye. I'm gonna still rock with him though. Yeah, I'm still waiting on a pair of Yeezys to come. So
yeah, I mean, it was an unfortunate incident. Like it's one of them things. Like, dang, you know, I wish he wouldn't have. Like, dang, like I just wish none of it would have been said. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just wish some of that never been said. So all right, so Ez, Chris, you guys, man. I know that Ez is a fan. Chris, you a Kanye fan? Like music wise, I don't know about how you feel about him personally, but music wise, are you with this new album or?
I mean, to be honest, it's more of the more like recent shit he's put out. I'm not really up to par on it. Like, if it don't move me, I'm not gonna listen to it. Quite simple. Yeah. If I don't feel nothing from it, I'm not even really on bother. And not to say like it may be good music, but I don't want to be that person to keep like. Of course, people evolve, people grow. I like Kanye, backpack Kanye, college dropout Kanye talking that shit from the soul and, you know, uplifting the people and Jesus walk Kanye. You know what I mean? I like that Kanye music. I'm not trying to knock his current music or whatever he's on, but again, if it don't move me to listen to it, I'm not gonna listen to it.
Donda does not move the needle for me. But then again, like I said, I don't think he's in a good mental headspace.
I was just about to say, this album, it sounds like this album is not Donda or Yee, which are terrible projects. It sounds like this one's more of Life of Pablo, which if it is, then I'm probably gonna rock with it. So it's not that I don't care about Kanye no more. I'm just one of those people now. It's like I don't have that sense of urgency to go listen to an album, no matter who it is. Even if it's like Kendrick Lamar, somebody I really like sometimes I just like to hear people's opinions and then take time to go listen to it and check it out. You know, my stance on Kanye hasn't changed. I'm with Debo. I think when he's on his shit and when he's actually like in the studio being creative, that person that we know, he's one of the best MCs. He's up there with the greats. And you know, it sounds like if it's doing numbers, it sounds like that's what it is. It's one of those projects where, you know, he took his time to get his mental right. He wasn't worried about being on no tangent or doing no crazy shit. You know, he was just in the studio grinding. So, you know, I'm looking forward to listening to it. You know, Kanye is like one of them, you know, he's like a star athlete, right? It's like when they on their shit, when they jumper hitting or when they doing their thing on the field, you know what they're capable of. And when they not, you know, it's like, oh, well, we'll just wait till he gets back to that point, you know?
Right.
He like one of those mystery. You ever seen like the kids on YouTube open up like the little mystery gift thing bags or whatever, or they don't know what's inside it, what kind of toys inside of it? That's Kanye. You don't know if you finna go in there and get a good toy or if you finna get a fucking trash ass toy that you done got 30 times over.
I was thinking of Kanye like Randy Moss. Like, which version of Randy Moss you getting? You getting
Mm,
Oakland Raiders Randy Moss, or
mm.
you getting
New England
Vikings
Patriots.
Now, full disclosure,
2008?
him
You
him and
know,
Oakland was still 1,000 yards both seasons he was there. You know.
yeah. But in the words of you, what did it look like?
What did it look like?
Okay,
What did
that's
it
fair
look
enough.
like? How
It
did
didn't
it
look that
feel?
great.
Yeah. Was it a?
Is he Eli Manning versus the Patriots,
Or he's
or is he
Eli Manning
Eli
any other
Manning
time.
every other time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
those 1,000 yards. How did he get there?
Yeah,
You know?
I know what you're saying. How pretty it was, and I might be in the minority on this, and I've said this on this show several times that I feel like Kanye West as an artist, I feel like he's 10 times more a brilliant producer than he is a rapper, and he ain't whack by any stretch. But I feel like production wise, I mean, it's hard to beat his production when you look at the things he's done for other people, not just himself but other people. I feel like he's a better producer, and you can say that about a lot of guys who are like rappers. Like
That could be true though. That could be true, and I think this is where we I agree with you. He is
Yeah,
a
I agree
better
as well.
producer than an artist. But just because he's a top 5 producer all time doesn't mean he's not a top 10 artist too either.
yeah,
I
I
think
wouldn't
that's the
dispute that
problem.
either. Yeah,
People don't equate that. Okay, he is one of the coldest fucking storytellers in the rap game.
Right.
And
Like
when he on the
one
shit, he is
one
on that shit.
Kanye album
it's totally
would make
clear.
a regular person's career.
It's
You know?
totally. You can. I mean, you would be a fool not to see that when you talk about skills wise and putting together lyrics and metaphors and crafting a song, that he know what he's doing. You can't dispute that the talent is there. I don't feel like Kanye's talent was ever in question. You can't.
He's just so great at both. You just got to compare him to himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's
a one of one.
Yeah, like you just got to compare Kanye to Kanye.
Because like Dre is a great producer, but I don't care what y'all say. Dre is a writer and as a fucking rapper.
Well, he doesn't write his stuff. Dre never wrote his own stuff. He's always rapped from ghostwriters. So that's always been his whole career.
Yeah,
but
garbage as fuck.
I just never. Well, he's a producer. He wouldn't care about that. I don't think he
Exactly.
cares about right. He wouldn't care. But for Kanye, it's crazy because I had heard him produce stuff. Like at the time when College Dropout came out, I had heard the stuff that he produced for Scarface and all the other artists, Jay-Z and all the other stuff that he was working with, and you could see what a brilliant producer he was. But it shocked me at the fact that how good his rap skills were, and that he could blend. He's from Chicago, but he could blend with folks from Houston, and he could blend from folks from California. It's just he fit whatever. You could tell he was a student of the game. And I feel like all the stuff that he said around him, the controversy, which made him more popular, I feel like in a way it hurt him too, because we should really be talking with him, not controversially, but more with reverence. Like, yo, this is one of the top guys of ever to do it, because it's apparent he's got real skills. But I'm just wondering, the public at large, does he still capture them like that? That's why I asked, do you still care? You heard what Easy said. Az was like, it used to be appointment listening. Now he's like, I'll get to it when I get to it. Chris, you seem like you had the same attitude.
That's just me with everybody. I think Kanye is still very much appointment listening for a lot of people. Like Kanye had a video that went viral like a month ago where he was just going on this rant at his listening party, and people was all over that shit, like talking about it on Twitter. He was saying some crazy shit in that, in that video, but people didn't care because it's Kanye. Like Kanye still got like a cult following, if we being honest.
That's why he always gonna do numbers.
Like, let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck. And I know this is controversial, and I don't care. This is cancel me. I'm already canceled. You fire me, I'm already fired. Just like Ric Flair, right? Kanye West is gonna still do numbers the same way as if R. Kelly came out with an album today, he gonna still do numbers. And y'all niggas hate R. Kelly because he did some shit, and I get it. But I guarantee you, if R. Kelly dropped a new album from jail today, niggas will buy that shit and it's going platinum. Because R. Kelly, the artist, is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
period.
But R. Kelly, the person, is trash.
Well,
Two things could be true.
Debo said it correctly. R. Kelly, the artist. And I
Fuck 'em
know
both.
some folks.
Fuck them both.
Nope. I won't allow you. I won't do it.
Cookout still playing "Step in the Name of Love." So
Still playing
man,
Step in the Name of Love. I still play fucking Feel It on Your Booty.
Slow dance. Slow dance.
Like, come on.
and shit.
Bruh.
knock it off.
Look.
After
Again,
the show is the after party. They still playing that, dog.
Hotel, girl, you wanna come to my hotel? Baby, I will give you. Listen, I was riding today, and fucking Best of Both Worlds came on my shuffle, nigga, and I was riding after that shit, singing that shit from the top of my lungs, nigga.
Why you at it? Why don't you go watch
Worlds.
Why don't you go watch Chris Benoit against Kurt Angle at the 2003 Royal Rumble? While you at
And
it,
watch it all the fucking time because Chris Benoit was a fantastic wrestler who happened to kill his family. He's a murderer. He was a murderer in the ring and out. Oh, y'all don't like that.
He was a piece of shit.
We don't.
He was a piece of shit. He was a good wrestler piece of shit too, man. Let's not take away his flowers.
Yeah,
No,
hey,
16.
To be fair, you still watching them Saints highlights with Darren Sharper in it.
Thank you.
I mean,
what was the name of the nigga who killed the nigga?
Him out.
Not Darren Sharper. What was his name? He was a Saints player. He vehicle manslaughter. He went to jail for that shit. What was his name?
Man,
Dante
you talking about
Stallworth?
Dante Stallworth?
Thank you, nigga. Thank you.
Yeah, but he wasn't on the Super Bowl team. He was gone by then.
Yeah, he was gone by then.
He's a Saints great, ain't he? Y'all love that motherfucker.
No, he's not.
I seen niggas with that jersey. Niggas still wearing that shit.
That
old ass shit.
The fastest guy on the field in the drop king of the universe. Look, I can't listen, man. I can't be having y'all up here singing R. Kelly clips on my air. So I'm gonna just say this right now, for the record, as my brother would say, turn that shit off.
Never.
Don't fucking listen to it. And if you do listen to it, don't tell me I don't want to hear about you listening to it. Lie to me. Don't watch Chris Benoit matches neither. Fuck that nigga.
Watch that shit too. He killed his family. I get it. He killed his family. But that nigga was amazing in the ring.
So it don't mean shit to me no more, dog. It don't mean shit. All I'm saying is with Kanye, with some of the things that have been controversial surrounding him, it doesn't seem like, I guess, in a mainstream standpoint that it has stopped anything because people still talking about him. We still talking about him right now.
It hasn't because he's got this buffer with his mental health, like Debo talked about. Every time he say something crazy, people just assume he ain't take his pills, right? Or he ain't go talk to his therapist or whatever. Like he's got this buffer, and I'm not trying to accuse him of anything, but he has this buffer. So if he says crazy shit, you're gonna have one side that's, talking about, oh, he's speaking real shit and blah blah blah. But then you have another side that's like, man, Kanye just ain't right now. He misses mama, or whatever, and he just saying whatever. Just give him a break.
It's the duality of man. Like you can be a fantastic in one sense, and you can be terrible in another sense. That's what being a human being is, and unfortunately, that's what Kanye West struggles with. Because Pablo Picasso is one of the greatest artists of all time, and he cut his whole own fucking ear off.
Well, all I'm saying is that you can appreciate what people do, but some things are more egregious that you can't. Like, I gotta just keep saying this because I just can't get it out there. If you're somebody who you're listening to this show, or you watching this show, and you watch Chris Benoit matches, if you are a wrestling fan, you need to turn that shit off. And here's another thing too with that, because I don't even at this point I don't even want to. We've done shows talking about R. Kelly. Turn that shit off. There's other R&B niggas you could listen to. Turn that shit off.
There's plenty of white folks that did terrible fucking crimes that still get awards for their shit.
I'm not trying
I'm not hearing that shit. R. Kelly black and R. Kelly did terrible things, and R. Kelly has a terrible illness because that's what people call it. But guess what? You can't take away what he fucking did.
If you can't fully explain to your kids, if they ask you, "Hey, who's this artist, Dad?" and you just tell them, "Oh, that's R. Kelly." But if you can't fully explain everything that's about what's going on with him, then you shouldn't be listening to it. Because it shouldn't just be, oh, Step in the Name of Love sounds good. But what comes along with that shit? Let's say this. So we brought up Kanye. So let's just do this. We hadn't done one of these in a while. So if we all could reconvene, album review for Kanye's new album. We come back next time. We talk about it, break it down.
I'm with it.
We should do that. Like I said, we hadn't done one of those in a while, and it'd be interesting to talk about.
You got to listen to it more than once, though.
No, I'm gonna listen to it.
This nigga still ain't listened to the fucking Kendrick, not Kendrick, to J. Cole.
Nah,
that's a
lost cause. That's a lost cause, Debo. Before we even did this podcasting thing, I was asking my brother, my blood, to listen to this man. It ain't happening. It ain't ever happening.
No, he said he was gonna do it on air with me and Diva. And I forget somebody else was with us.
Tanya, what's up, Tanya? Notorious Mom, she was on there too.
Thank you. Yes,
I'm gonna get to it, but in fairness, y'all didn't give me. I was like, tell me which one to listen to. Nobody ever told me which one I need to listen to, and I ain't finna just choose. So I listen. Ez knows this, man.
You making excuses. I've given you several.
If it said okay, say it right now. Keep it on the record right here on the show. Which one do I need to listen to?
Which album? Which J. Cole album? Right, so,
hang on a second. Here's the Please Stand By. And when we come back, Ez is going to tell me which one of these albums I'm going to torture myself with. All right, Ez, we back, man. Did you come up with one for me to listen to?
All right, 16. You got to listen to Born Sinner on one condition. You got to listen to it more than once.
More than
once. You got to listen to it 3 times. Twice. Just twice.
You ain't got to listen to it 3 times.
Because you always catch something with the second listening. You always catch more the second time.
Exactly. And now, that's why I listen to it 3 times.
Yeah, you're supposed to do. I want to give a shout out to my homegirl Tamika, who we call it the T3. She always told me, "Hey, you got to listen to something at least 3 times." So I'm gonna give her props on that one. So I'm gonna give it the T3. All right. And you know, when it comes to the show, is it ain't nothing I won't do for the air. So I will listen to it, and then I will listen to the Kanye. We're gonna review that. So
yeah,
next time we get on,
to it one time, just straight through, and then the second time I need you to listen to it on shuffle. Or you can flip it, however you want to do it.
It's fair enough. I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna do it. So next time we reconvene, we're gonna have our review of the new Kanye West album, and then I'm gonna give my review for it's Born Sinner by J. Cole. So I can tell you all the ways that either I hate him less or hate him more, but I'm gonna listen to it.
He's still gonna hate him at the end of the day.
You are now listening to The Radio Show.
A crazy show, man. If we got any more black people hop in here, the cops are gonna get called.
You're listening to The Radio Show ATL on YouTube and all other podcast providers.
All right, fellas. Remember at the beginning, I was just saying how stuff just keeps happening. It's just too fast. Yeah. Here's another thing. So Beyonce has dipped her toe into country music, and that then sent a certain section of people they just do. Debo just can't take all this Beyonce stuff. He just okay. So Debo, let me just say this though. I know how you feel about Beyonce, but after we get through talking about this story, I feel like you're gonna change your mind about her at least temporarily from a black man standpoint. And I'll tell you why. All right. So it's funny about the things that we watch when we're younger, when we don't know what we're looking at. They tried to tell us that Dukes of Hazzard was racist. I mean, they were riding around in a car that was the Confederate flag on it. So why?
Yeah, but the General Lee was cold as fuck, though, dog.
But Bo Duke, all right, his name is John Snyder, came out.
Wait, which one is that? Is that the one with the blonde hair or the black hair?
Yeah.
Was he he was the daddy on Smallville? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Oh no, I like the daddy on Smallville.
I cannot believe that this dude actually had the audacity to compare Beyonce saying that her doing country music is her trying to pee on every tree. So he compared
pee on every who?
On every tree, like a dog marking their territory, like because they got country music, and he blamed it on the left. And I just, for the life of me, cannot believe. I mean, this dude compared our queen to a dog pissing on a tree. What are we doing with that? You got country music stations that were refusing to play the song. Listen, I don't know much about country music, but I can almost bet that it was black people probably doing country music before white folks, and I'm just so sick of this race shit, man. What do we do with something like? What would possess somebody to say something like that? Like one race owns a certain type of music, or I don't understand. It's not making sense. Look at
Teacher, can I go? Can I go first?
Of course.
You're surprised that the race, this same race, who actually owned people, our people, have the audacity to think that they own a musical genre? You surprised?
Yeah. I mean, this is just too far.
Just break that down. They owned black folk.
Yeah.
It not only owned us, told us that we was 3/5 of a person. We wasn't even a whole person.
Yeah.
They made a law about this shit.
Yeah.
And you're surprised at anything they do?
Every time I feel like we've reached our limit, we go and push it further.
I don't think so. I think it's always been there.
To be fair, and not to be that guy, but they did the same thing with Lil Nas X, with the Old Town Road shit. Like they literally they had fucking Billy Ray Cyrus come out and talk about this is a country song. He did a remix with him, and they still wouldn't play it on country music stations.
Why are we surprised?
Music. Like we shouldn't be surprised, and obviously Beyonce's way bigger than Lil Nas X, but
the type of black folk they like is like Darius Rucker, Hootie and the Blowfish nigga. That's the type of white niggas they fuck with. Like, if you don't fit that mold of I'm gonna wear some jeans and I'm gonna wear a button up and it's tucked in, but I'm gonna be a good nigga. You know, that's the type of shit that they like.
Hey brother.
They like a Clayton Bigsby. You don't know who that is, so you can't get the reference.
That is.
You don't know who that is, so you don't understand the reference, but the audience will. They like Clayton Bigsby. You don't understand that. So, like, why are you shocked? I don't think that this is like a super egregious or even far out there. They literally owned us. That's the farthest you can go.
But why does it have to be
anything
politics?
else is just normal.
But here's why it has to be politics. Because
but he said,
hold on. Number one is Beyonce. So if you say anything about Beyonce and you have a platform, shit's going viral. You're gonna get views. People gonna listen. Number one. Number two, her and her husband Jay-Z have been very active in the political scene, whether it's donating, whether it's campaigning. So of course he's gonna mix the left with Beyonce because let's be honest, I've never seen them support a Republican candidate for president. So that's why you put the two together. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but what the shit does that have to do with it? He says, this is the quote that he has here from the article. He said, the lefties in the entertainment industry just won't leave any area alone. They just have to seize control over every aspect, don't they? What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Seize every aspect?
Tell me you watch Fox News without telling me you watch
Right.
Fox News.
This is literally
Fox
Fox
News.
News.
This was an interview with
Fox News.
Fox News.
Of course it is, because he knows his base. He knows what it is. He might feel that way.
Wrong network. It was it was OAN, that American network.
One American News.
Yeah.
Sounds racist.
Yeah, OAN. It's like the super far right. It's like Twitter for far right, like super right niggas.
Yeah,
like,
I'm trying to piece together, like, it's a genre of music. It's black people have been singing country music for forever.
Yeah, but like, let's be honest, white people are more known to be country music stars. Like, let's just be honest. Black people, country music is to white people what gospel music is to black folks. Let's just keep it buck. Like, I don't know a lot of white gospel stars. I know white people love Jesus, but them niggas sing like holy, holy, like that stupid ass shit. You know what I'm saying? They not in there fucking singing with no soul. So like, what? Why are we fucking like? If you saw first off, niggas got all up in arms when Machine Gun Kelly won fucking rap album of the year. That nigga's white as fuck. It's different. Eminem we accept because Eminem got flavor and we understand. Machine Gun Kelly did the same shit and niggas was like, oh my god, what is going on?
What's the other nigga doing?
Macklemore.
Yeah, Macklemore.
Is it Macklemore? That nigga too. Like niggas was all up in arms about him, like because they feel like he was coming in infringing the culture. Like keep the same, keep the same energy.
Eminem is Eminem is the top selling rapper of all time.
No, Eminem, because Eminem is cold. I'm a nigga who respects skills. Eminem's cold, just like you remember Jason. What was his name? Not Jason White. What's his last name? White Chocolate. What was his name in the NBA?
Williams.
Oh, you talking about
Jason Williams?
Jason
Williams. Niggas thought he was trying to imitate the culture. No, that nigga was just cold blooded on the fucking floor.
That's why they called him White Chocolate, because he had a black game.
Niggas respect it. Like when you really about that shit, niggas will respect it. But even still, it's still money out here for everybody to get. I didn't give a fuck. Did what's name deserve that fucking Grammy? No, he didn't. But guess what? He was selling money. He was making money that year. So let that nigga get some shine on. I don't care. Beyonce, that's they shit. That's they shit.
Fuck that. Fuck the Malcolm shit. Fuck that shit. Like I haven't watched the Grammy since he won Best Hip Hop Album. Like that's some highway robbery.
I'm not saying it wasn't highway robbery. I'm not saying it wasn't. But the niggas, he sold records. So, like, go pull up his shit. How much did he sell?
Why does the reference have to be so? Like, he's talking about a black woman. He's comparing a black woman to a dog marking their territory, man. They
literally own this. I guess I'm not appalled because I don't expect nothing more from white people, and I'm not going to expect white people, and that's all white folks. And I know we have allies. I know some white people that don't do that, and I can respect that. And I love y'all too.
We got white people that's friends of the show because people might
and
say,
I love them. I love them, but I also personally don't. I don't expect. I'm a nigga that expects the least. I don't expect much out of anybody. I don't expect much out of any nigga on this fucking phone call or any nigga in the world because I have to keep going for me. I got to keep going for my family and provide for my folks. So whether that nigga who saw me out there said that I was a nigger, he ain't say it to my face because that nigga knew he wasn't gonna get these hands. You feel me? Or he was gonna get put on a t-shirt. So like, I don't put nothing past nobody. Whether he white, black, Indian, Chinese, don't matter. Don't put nothing past anybody. Don't be shocked at what they said on Fox News. That's what they do on Fox News. They do that shit. I'm not tripping. Beyonce has encroached on they shit. It's a musical genre. It belongs to everybody. No, it don't. Traditionally, it belongs to them. That's they shit. I ain't seen too many black folks winning country music awards over there because that's they shit. Just like I'm gonna see a whole bunch of white folks winning these motherfucking gospel awards on TV One, the BET Gospel Night Awards. I don't see a lot of white folks winning image awards. You feel me? I don't see a lot of them winning Soul Train awards. That's because that's our shit. Source Awards. Maybe. How many white folks won Source Award? I don't know. Yeah, maybe one or two.
But to be fair, for every one Robin Thicke, there's like 5 Ushers. You know, like
big facts. Big facts. Every John B, there's at least 10 motherfucking Spilos. It's just not gonna happen, bro.
Or Cisco's, whatever.
Cisco, whoever you want, however you want to equate, nigga.
I don't know. I don't know. It was just triggering to me because
because he called a black woman. He compared a black woman to a dog, bro. They compared us to way worse shit. Dog.
I know. But
they say like if you watch Fox News all day, if you just scroll the YouTube comments on like a Fox News, because I do that. I like politics.
Oh my God.
I'm old. I'm an old nigga that I went to school for politics and I like politics. I don't want to participate, but I like to look and see and keep y'all know this because I talk about it on the show a lot. And if you scroll YouTube comments, first I'm a nigga who read the comments on anything anyway. But YouTube comments on like Fox News, because you got to know what the other side's saying about you, right? And you can see some of the worst shit.
Bro, them comments are fucking toxic. I could tag you on something right now. It's one of these stations. It has something to do. It's a news station, and the comments about what Beyonce should be doing and why they are disgusting. They are hideous, and these are the same people who be in church every Sunday. It's hideous.
Same people who be at every Trump rally. the same people who gonna come out and vote for that motherfucker is the same people that's calling you a nigger to your face. They all the same. And this is my thing. Beyonce, let me put some knowledge to you, because you know what? I don't like you. You don't like me, because I could tell by the way you treated me when I was goddamn 13, 14 years old. It's cool. I get it. But let me, and Juicy Cat, I'm doing this for you, darling. I'm doing this for you. All the Beyonce, Lauren, all the Beyonce lovers, I'm doing this for y'all. I'm trying to extend the olive branch. I'm trying to give her some advice. Okay.
Well, mention Juicy K too. Have you mentioned Juicy K?
I said Juicy Cat. I said Juicy Cat.
Okay.
That's the first name I said.
Yes. Oh, we got to mention Carol J too, because she was looking at you
Carol
sideways
J.
too.
She's looking at me sideways. Carol J. Sorry for spoiling John Wick 4. I definitely did that shit.
She's still pissed with you, bro, right now.
All right, man. I don't know, man. Have a Snickers, but I don't know. But listen, Beyonce, if you are surprised at what these people are doing in their genre, because I know it's music, you can participate in any genre you want. Don't go after their dollar, because by making a country music song, I'm sure you want to expose black people to country music, and that's cool. But you also is looking at white people trying to say, "Hey, guess what? I can do this too." And if you want to go, when you extend yourself like that, you expose yourself to be ridiculed by the other side like that. I'm sorry, that's just how the world works. When you want to expand and do something out of your box, you want to step out of the box, as they say, you at risk of getting burned. Period.
You're going to get met with a lot of opposition.
A lot of it. And guess what? That's one factor, and that's one of the downfalls of when you're trying to reach out and extend yourself to some shit that traditionally black folks don't be participating in. Period.
You think that's part of her plan? And I just want to say this too, side note, before I forget about this, that Jay-Z, I was going to say the same thing about Debo. I don't like you. You probably don't like me. But one thing that we on the side of that I will say, with somebody like this white man saying that about your wife, I'm not trying to say make a call, but make a call.
I mean, you don't know what he's doing on the side. We don't know what JC doing.
And before somebody try to interpret on what I'm trying to say, all I just said was, just make a phone call or two. That's all I'm saying. It's just a phone call. Nothing
all
else.
I'm saying is 678-974. Hit me for the rest. I got you.
You are now listening to The Radio Show.
And it plays into who I am as a person. I'm very impulsive. So I did it on an impulse. And I was approved, and it was like, yo, we were approved for like this amount of money. And it's like, yo, what do you do with that? You move the fuck forward is what you do.
You're listening to The Radio Show ATL on YouTube and all other podcast providers.
All right, y'all. It's that time of the show where we get into everybody's favorite game or argument. One gotta go.
The real villain.
So this week we got the category.
The real villain.
Hey, bro, you gotta chill. This is a family network.
No, it ain't.
This
Anyways,
network.
He didn't see the last segment. I don't know.
Anyways, this week's category is we got game consoles. So we got 4 choices. One of them's got to go. So here are the choices. We got the GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, or the Wii console. All right. Hey, Debo, look, for the record, I know that face. 16 sent me this shit, okay? But it was too good to not pass up. Anyways, the choices are, again, you got the GameCube, PS2, 360, or the Wii console. First things first, the Wii is staying. It's not going anywhere.
Yo, what the fuck?
It's not going anywhere.
What did this nigga just say?
That is
the
a
Wii is
system.
staying, bro.
What is going?
Wii Sports
what
alone,
is going?
Wii Sports alone is staying. That's the whole reason why it's staying.
You are wild.
It's not even close. It's not even
The
close.
console that got your grandma into gaming. Wow.
That's a great argument.
No, it's not. There's
you
three
got beat-
hardcore
you got
consoles
beat.
up here, and then there's the Wii.
You got beat 11-0 in baseball, and it shows.
No, I was killing that shit. But I definitely was losing in tennis and bowling, nigga. Bowling,
Well,
I was
one of them
fucking up.
sports you was losing. It was
I was
45
losing in
love.
both.
Yeah,
I was losing
it
in
was one of
bowling,
them
bro.
sports you was getting. Yeah, I can
Whatever.
feel it
Man.
in your spirit.
So
Anyways,
we sports.
the one that's
So
gotta
we
go
is
for me
staying.
is We Stand for me is the OG, the 360 gotta go.
I can tell you. I can tell you. It's what's leaving for you?
He said the Xbox 360.
360's out.
What? Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, is
GameCube
you
not
didn't
going
get
anywhere.
your ass whooped enough as a child in his shows. What the
Yeah,
hell?
no. This nigga was really like coddled as a youth, and I could tell.
Yes, he got
I
the
can
laid
tell
back
you was
version of
coddled.
dad.
I can tell your mama was making us play with you when you was a kid, and I could tell because that's the only way you would say the 360.
Man, he got the easy version of dad. You could tell I'm the one that got all the hardcore shit.
Yeah, you got
know
that.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
absolutely. I can
That's
listen.
cap.
I see
That's
it now.
cap. Hold on. No, that's cap because I burned myself one time, and Dad like coddled me and told me everything was gonna be all right, and then he slapped the piss out of me after I just stopped crying from being burned, and he slapped me again, and I started crying again. So that's cap, 100%
It's kind of
cap.
funny. It's
Bro,
kind of
until you die
360 still
from
gotta
one
go.
of dad's ass whoopings, don't talk to me, okay? I died once, all right?
Well,
He said, "Don't
you
ask me."
was always
He
trying to
said,
fight.
"Don't ask
That's
me."
another story.
Oh my
That's
God,
another
this
story
man
for
said
another
the
day.
360.
You was
This
always trying
nigga
to fight a
really
cop.
is a villain. He's a fucking villain, and
Doing
that's
this shit
crazy.
on purpose. He doing it on
Yeah,
purpose.
that's crazy. Chris, what you say?
One gotta go for me gonna be the Wii.
Right.
Okay.
No, absolutely. It's definitely weak,
Chris,
and
I
it
thought
ain't
you was
close.
getting on the spicy side.
So,
Yeah.
so
I
Debo,
had
you
to
said it's the
think about
Wii.
it for a second,
Okay.
but
I'm about to be out of the box on this one because I'm
No,
gonna say that the GameCube is the one that's gonna have to go, man.
And again, that's blasphemy too. That's blasphemy too. GameCube has some of the greatest games. Metroid Prime trilogy on the GameCube was fucking fantastic.
I had Legend
Mario
of Zelda on
Sunshine
there.
was okay, but then they had the fucking all the NC. They had all the football shit.
Only
NBA
game I
Street.
felt like I played on the GameCube.
GameCube had some dope ass. Mario Galaxy was on GameCube. Really?
And yes.
Mario Galaxy was fucking fantastic.
But Debo, think about okay, so let's think about for a second. Let's just look at this for a second. The PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2 gave you SmackDown 2. So you're not turning that down.
Listen, PlayStation 2 was fantastic and was never.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 is not moving.
Yeah,
I wouldn't listen to an argument more about the Xbox 360 than the GameCube.
But the
personally.
360 is also excellent as well. If you're a Halo person, you came of age on there. Halo 2 and 3 on the 360.
I love the 360, and it's staying for me. However,
in this room, my man, I still got my 360. It's still right here. Still working.
And that bitch probably still got to get the Red Rings of Death. Because the Red Rings of Death was one of the worst fucking malfunctions that ever happened. And if I'm honest, I would kick out. I would actually, and I understand easily why you said the Wii, because the Wii gonna work every time. Every time, if it was a good piece of hardware, it was very casual based. It got bitches. Listen, we had bitches that would come over to play Wii Sports and all this stupid shit on a Friday night after we fucking was working at Applebee's. So you know what? 360 is gone for me, dog. Because let me tell you, 360 is gone for me. Because let me tell you why. 360 was a fantastic console, and I had to buy 4 of them bitches.
You had to buy 4. See, this is my second one.
I had to buy because the first 3 when the Red Rings of Death first happened, and you sent your fucking shit back to Xbox, you was without. They said keep your hard drive and send us back to console, and I was without that bitch for fucking 5 months, dog. They sent me another one.
To send it back to you?
Yes. Do you not know the fucking wait times that they had on the fucking sendbacks? This is the reason why PlayStation gained so much traction with the PS3 and PS4 because niggas was burnt out on that fucking Red Rings of Death, dog. Red Rings of Death was still happening on the later console, on those last models, those elite models, the black ones with the fucking 250 gigabyte hard drive. Because I had one.
I didn't.
Yeah, I had one, and that shit was still getting Red Rings of Death.
This one is what is this 2024? This shit's like 12 years old when this black elite system. You saying that shit was still happening?
That shit was still. It happened on mine. Yes, it was happening.
To Debo's point, that's exactly why the 360's got to go.
It's got to go. It's a flawed piece of hardware, bro. Because let me tell you, the problem is heat sink. The internal fans wasn't prepared to have all the heat. Niggas was playing fucking Xbox 360 for hours, dog. I would get off of work on Applebee's. I worked at Applebee's for 7 years. I would get off on a Friday night at 2 a.m., come home and play until 7 in the morning with my boys. I was playing that much. And if you playing that shit for 5 straight hours, every fucking day, sometimes 10 hours, that shit was fucking frying that system, dog. Frying it. The Red Rings of Death is literally the reason why PlayStation became the juggernaut it was. Because PS3 was not doing as well as the Xbox 360. And then niggas got tired of that motherfucking Red Rings of Death, and I switched and went to PS4, and I ain't looked back since. You right, Easy. Goddamn, nigga, you was right. I forgot about Red Rings of Death, dog. I forgot. When I was in my early 20s, I was fucking mad bitches getting them over to come over and play Wii.
Hey, that Wii is goated, man, because like Ed said, Wii Sports, that shit still goes to this day. I still got
GameCube was my college life, nigga. I played Mario Sunshine and I played motherfucking Mario Galaxy a bunch. I had fucking NCAA on that motherfucker. They was the first niggas that had the wireless controllers. They was the first niggas to pioneer wireless controllers. They used to have the little toggle that go in the front, and you could play wirelessly on the fucking Whirlybird. That's what they called it. That shit was smart.
The GameCube is so nostalgic for me because I used to just play NBA Street like crazy on the GameCube, bro. Like
Spider-Man 2 on the GameCube was oh my god! Wait.
LA.
You getting rid of GameCube, and that shit was how Smash Brothers came to us, nigga. Are you crazy?
Super Smash Bros is great. I don't know. Let me tell you, man. I was in between jobs when I had my GameCube. I told my brother, man, I sold my GameCube so I could buy my girl a birthday present. Like
sound like simp shit to me.
It worked.
To be fair, he's still married to her. So
hey, I mean, it worked. You were simping though, and two things can be true. You simped out and stole your GameCube, but you gained a wife.
I wasn't finna sell my PlayStation 2. My Xbox wasn't going nowhere, so it was
that Red Rings of Death. Red Rings of Death. I had the first white model. I remember it like it was yesterday, bro. We got my shit. My sister worked at Best Buy. I got my shit from her. I went up there and bought it during Thanksgiving of that year. I can't remember the year, but Thanksgiving, and we played Call of Duty forever. And then I remember like clockwork, that shit was like June. My shit, the Red Rings of Death, we couldn't get nothing to play. And I sent my shit back, and they didn't give me my shit back till 5 months. Had it the next year, that shit did the same thing. We went and then that's when niggas start repairing it. The niggas start doing home repairs, wrap it with a towel. It fucking, it'll work. And that shit didn't work. And then we sent it to a nigga that started doing, they had the pop-up niggas that wasn't fixing them shits, fixing the fans. That shit didn't work. And then Xbox started voiding the warranties when they found out we was open. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck 360. Fuck 360. You right. Fuck him. Fuck that nigga. He gone, bro. Yep. God damn, that's crazy. I'm saying that. But yeah.
I've done my job. For tonight. Because the PS2 ain't going nowhere, bro. 2K7.
PS2 ain't going nowhere.
San Andreas.
NFL 2K. NFL 2K.
Grand Theft Auto 3.
Bro, them PS2 days, I remember waking up 6 o'clock in the morning.
Def Jam, fight for New York.
Hold on. I got one throwback. NBA Live 2003, 2000.
Oh yeah, man.
When NBA Live was great.
That 2003, that soundtrack, bro.
Yeah, that was
NBA Streets was fire on that shit.
I had NBA Street on my Xbox.
What was it? ESPN NFL Football 2005 was on that PlayStation.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But it was also on the box too. It was on the box.
Tekken was on that motherfucker. Tekken was so fire on that shit, dog.
Bro, they used
We
to
used
have,
to
what was
fucking
that?
run
They
Tekken
had
all
what?
night.
That's why this one was so tough, because all 4 systems are great for sure. They are, but it's nostalgia. It just brings you back to a simpler time. Any of them, the good old days, as they call it.
Also brought us a lot of bad days, because I will never forget the anger I felt when them niggas told me, when I went online with my little access number and it said that the wait time was 5 fucking months, and they wasn't lying about that shit.
Oh,
That's brutal.
That's how many people was sending that shit back, because they had so many people was double and triple buying the system, bro. Niggas, this is how GameStop became a juggernaut, because GameStop just started selling the systems without the hard drive. They're like, well, if you got your hard drive, the system is like $199. And niggas like, bet. Niggas was just spending $200 for the hardware, because they had their hard drive
really a skeleton.
for a skeleton. Yeah. Because you already had controllers at the house, you had the games, you had your hard drive with all your shit. My gamer tag, nigga. I had the highest gamer tag out of everybody I know. And I left that shit, bro. Because fuck them. Yep, fuck them. That's why they getting at the fucking console game now. Because these niggas know. They console ain't shit.
God damn you, Easy. You always starting arguments. You really are the villain.
That nigga really, he is a villain. He's the villain. But that nigga really swayed me. I'm proud of you, Easy, because that shit, in real time, I had that shit just flooded back. Yep. Reverend's a death to crash.
This is why I just say my take and then let y'all talk about it, because then y'all see.
You know what you're doing.
I know what I'm doing.
Evil villain.
You are now listening to The Radio Show.
The better chicken sandwich. Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, or Wendy's? And Easy, what about you, man? Because I know you've had all 3 of these, so who is it?
Yeah, way to just call me a fat ass politely, but I appreciate it. I have.
You're listening to The Radio Show on YouTube and all other podcast providers.
All right, well, I'm filling in for Diva. This is the ATL Diva segment of the show, the random. Basically, what y'all know what it is. Just if you got something on your mind, if you want to rant about something, if you want to talk about something positive, this is your time of the show to get it off your chest, as Diva would say. So who up first? 16, Easy. Who up first?
Man,
I'm gonna go first.
All right, bro.
And I mean this with all due respect. But look, I know Facebook ain't gonna fact check y'all. I know they're not gonna question what you put on your profile. But y'all really gotta stop putting these random ass schools on your Facebook profile, because ain't no way in fuck you went to Iowa State. Ain't no way in fuck you went to the University of Ohio. Like, there's no way in fuck. You might have went there for a semester or 2, but y'all can't be putting that on your Facebook profile. Like, y'all really capping out here, and that's crazy to me.
And nigga lived right around the corner and said he went to Iowa.
How long you had to go to school to say you could put it on your profile? How long?
In my opinion, you got to finish there to put it on your profile.
So you got to. So if you didn't graduate, you was a dropout. If you went for 3 years and dropped out, you can't put it on there.
Well, I mean, 3 years, you got some memories there. That's a different story. But like,
you went to school for 2 years, nigga. You should be able to put that shit on there. A year, a year. I say at least 3 straight semesters, nigga. You could say
I'm talking about somebody I know.
All right, so Ez, man, you say it's somebody you know. Say their name.
The name is. But just know, I know them, and they never one time, as long as I know them, talk about they went to some.
What school?
University. I said it earlier. It was Iowa State.
Why would you? That's such a random ass school, too, right?
Thank you. And you black.
Everybody finna fact check Iowa State. It's not like he said.
I think it might be kind of genius, like bullshit.
And that's why I prefaced it, because Facebook ain't gonna fact check you like some of these other sites.
Nigga, I went to North Dakota State. Who cares about North Dakota State?
But like, you've never talked about it. You've never said like, oh yeah, back in the day I was in Ames, Iowa, at Iowa State in the blizzard. Like, you've never talked about that shit. Like, how the fuck you went to Ohio State and that's
Bruh,
never
let me
come
tell you
up in a
something about that. What
conversation?
you said about Iowa. You just named a city in Iowa, and you could have just made that up because I never would have known. Name a city in Iowa. I feel like 3 cities. I don't know.
Ames. I know 2 cities. Des Moines, Iowa.
There you go.
Because that's from Seth Rollins.
Davenport.
Davenport.
Yeah.
I had a homegirl who lived in Davenport. She was black. She was from Davenport. I was like, niggas was in Davenport. She's like, there's a lot of niggas. I was like, ain't that many niggas in Davenport.
And I got the third one for you, Sioux City, Iowa.
Oh,
I knew
okay.
about Des Moines. We joke about Des Moines all the time. We got this fictional sports fan named Jeff in Des Moines. We just make him up like, well, I tell you, if Jeff in Des Moines, blah blah blah. That's a whole story for another day. But that's funny.
And to Debo's point, maybe this person, went there for 2 years and has some because after a year of college, you have some real memories, some trials and tribulations.
Absolutely. But if you went to one place for a year, I don't know, maybe at least 3 semesters.
But like, even if you went there for a year, you talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my freshman year, my sophomore year, whatever. Never heard this person talk about it. And I saw that and I had to call Cap.
I mean, you probably called a nigga that was lying. Like, it just sounds like to me. But I'm not gonna say that if you went to a place, if you didn't graduate from a place, then you can't claim it. I think that's a little bit far-fetched because them niggas got your money in some way or another.
And that's why I said 2 years is valid.
Yeah.
Because 1 year after your freshman semester, a lot of folks drop out. So I can't.
A lot of folks drop out, or a lot of folks transfer to another college closer to home or shit like that.
So
So
Debo, I don't mind meeting you in the middle there. 2 years is fair with me. That's cool.
2 years.
Because
all right, I'm
you've
with
been
you.
there. That's a lot of trials and tribulations. That's a lot of partying. I can respect it. That's a lot of
Shout
money
out to state. I can still claim you niggas because I definitely didn't graduate, but I was there for a minute, nigga, for a long time, nigga. I went to a couple of parties, nigga. I almost crossed on that motherfucker, so nigga, I was almost Greek in that motherfucker.
I can respect that, but even like you talk about your old experiences in college, you know what I'm saying? Like this ain't breaking news to nobody.
Speaking of which, have I told you how I got my name? Debo, I got that in college. Yeah.
You learn something new every day.
I'll tell you after the show. But
yeah, so yeah, I just had to call Cap on that. Like, y'all really gotta just
I didn't know there was an epidemic like that, but you know what? Niggas lie all the time, so I respect it. I mean, I can go next because this is a simple one. I'm not gonna yell and shit. Stop trusting niggas that wear turtlenecks. Who wears turtlenecks?
The fuck?
Just don't wear turtlenecks. I don't like a nigga that wear turtlenecks, bro. Turtlenecks are fucking weird to me, nigga. And I always see niggas that they always wear the same outfit with the turtleneck. They put on a blazer, they put on like a chain or 2 chains. You know what I'm saying? And they either have like a pair of slacks or like some jeans and like a soft shoe. Stop wearing turtlenecks. Who said it was cute? It make you look like a fucking dork. You look like a fucking dweeb. I don't trust any nigga that wear turtleneck. I always feel like they up to no good. They look like a nefarious person. Niggas, like we say, easy to villain. They look like villains. They actually look like they are up to no good and they trying to scheme. Don't trust a nigga. Women, if you go on a date, if you go on a date and that nigga come in there with a turtleneck and a blazer, take off. Don't trust that nigga. Real niggas wear hoodies. I would respect a nigga with like the little shirt hoodie and the blazer. Like, hey, rocks with that. I like that look. Don't wear no fucking turtleneck. Turtlenecks? Y'all niggas wearing turtlenecks in 2024? Turtlenecks. Come on, man. What are we doing?
The guy that married that girl that's going viral right now, did he have a turtleneck on?
No. And also, she's a ridiculous bitch. He's a ridiculous motherfucker. Like, that whole situation is ridiculous. First off, that bitch, to even catch up, it's like a 10-episode thing, and I'm not committing to that shit. It's just
I already read the cliff notes. So
give me the cliff notes. I don't give a fuck, bitch. You married the nigga. You a dumb bitch. Anyway, no, that nigga won't wear turner. I was on TikTok, and you know how they do the little the balloon pop videos? Where the nigga come out or the bitch come out and people start popping the balloons like, oh, I don't want to talk to you. That shit. It's first off, them videos are fucking terrible ass dog water ass videos. Bitches, stop. Y'all bitches overvaluing your pussy. You don't even look that good, bitch, to be popping the balloons. That's the first thing. But a nigga came out and the nigga was wearing a turtleneck with a blazer. And one of the bitches I had to respect. She's like, I don't fuck with niggas that wear turtlenecks. It's like, I don't either. Why are you wearing a turtleneck? What are you doing? Who you impressing? Nobody. Bitches looking at you like you look fucking crazy. You look like like your body is a penis and the head them broke through the fucking condom. That's what you look like. Stop wearing turtlenecks. Get the fuck out of here.
This man must be stopped.
You
can't stop him.
Funny, though.
But he must be stopped. Oh my God.
My random. Yeah, I think I texted to your ass. March 1st, the GOAT coming back. Schoolboy Q dropping a new album. For you hip hop heads out there, just saying.
16 doesn't know who he is, but everybody else.
I know who Schoolboy Q is, and he's not bad, man. It's been a long time since he dropped something though, but he's not bad.
Oh wow, I'm shocked.
I like this Kendrick or J. Cole.
I didn't say I was bumping it. He's cool.
See.
That's the nicest thing you've said about anybody who's made music past 2000.
I mean, people can change.
He's still listening to Ja Rule, nigga.
I never listened to Ja Rule, so joke's on you on that one.
I ain't gonna lie.
Well, maybe a little bit in 2001. He was like king of the radio then.
This is random. 16 is gonna be pissed at me, but that's okay. I heard a Tupac song for the first time the other day, and he did like a little mix of What You Won't Do for Love, and I was like, I'm rocking with that joint, but I had never heard it before SZA had posted that that video the other day on Twitter. I was like, damn, that's a nice.
What video SZA put on Twitter?
He talking about Do for Love. He had never heard Do for Love. Ez, I want you to take that little button right there with the microphone on it, and I want you to mute yourself, okay? For a long time.
Because I just seen a video of SZA with what's that girl, Sexy Red and Drake.
Well, she got that song that 16's trying to mute me about in the background of said video.
Yeah. So right there, so the microphone, just press it.
First off, y'all was talking about Brittany Griner. If it was a good trade to go and get her, I was listening to a couple episodes back. If SZA was fucking over there, I'd go get SZA. If SZA was capturing Russia,
you sound like Jimmy. Jimmy,
right. Jimmy was
SZA.
absolutely right. He was absolutely right. I'd go get SZA, bro. SZA bad in the motherfucker, dog. God almighty. It's disgusting how fine she is.
I was in a weird spot because, like I said, the video, like Debo, handle your research, go check it out. But I was in the comments like, damn, what's the name of this song? Like, this shit nice. Bro,
no.
She was made in 95, bro. Yeah.
Damn, dog. That's crazy. You young, nigga.
That was the first
I need to see that video.
No. I'm saying I didn't realize that was a Pac song that was made almost 30 years ago. Yeah. It was one of them situations.
Press the button, and also I concur with Debo. SZA. Yeah, Jimmy was on the right path with that one because wow. And yeah. We're just gonna leave it at that. But
the niggas I fight just to get to SZA, dog. Just goodness gracious.
Hey, like
I'll be walking around super kicking cats like Shawn Michaels. Everybody can catch one.
Sweet Chin Music.
Yep.
I will be diving head, but like I was Chris Benoit.
Mute just Devo, same thing. The little microphone right there. Go ahead and mute yourself as well. He had to ruin it. He just had to fucking ruin it. All right. So I guess it's on me to go through with this. So my random is going to consist of two groups that I cannot stand. And that's people who love corporate America and boomers. So I'm going to start with the corporate America first off. People tend to make this mistake. And usually I can't really put that on young people, just in general. If you're somebody that's working a job, don't move close to your job because it just don't make no sense. Don't ever make yourself try to be convenient to a job because they could let your ass go tomorrow. Oh, I got to move over here because I got to be close to that job. Man, fuck that job. Fuck that job. Live where you need to or want to live at, not just because it's in close proximity of your work.
Live where you want to live.
Where you can afford to live.
Yeah, but don't be like, I need to be close. I need to get closer to my job. Fuck that.
Especially in Atlanta, because everything's far away, all right?
Because they'll come, Debo will tell you at that Orange Hill, they'll come tap you on the shoulder any point in time of the day. And there was plenty of people that was trying to live around there.
Yeah, but that was a stupid ass choice too, because they wasn't paying nobody shit. Y'all niggas moving up there to expensive ass Viners, and that shit was crazy. But you know,
bro, that shit. Even though I did live in Vinings, but when I had a chance to move, I wasn't like, oh no, I'm not gonna be 5 minutes from the job. I was like, get me away from here. I'm tired of seeing this building on my off days. Fuck this place. I want away from here. So I moved 30 minutes in the other direction and ain't looked back since.
30 minutes kind of extreme, but I feel you.
Yeah, get that shit out of here. Get out of my life. So stop moving close to a fucking corporate job that'll let your ass go tomorrow. All right? Live for you, not for that fucking job. All right, so the other part was getting on Boomers. So I got on corporate America, now I'm gonna get on Boomers. And this also ties into what OTG does with sports. And I might have talked about this, but I gotta mention it again. I'm pissed off with Dan Campbell. Now, am I mad at Dan Campbell because he had his hand in making sure that the Lions didn't make the Super Bowl and cost us the Super Bowl that we wanted? We wanted Ravens Lions. That's what the country wanted. That's what we needed. That was gonna be one black ass Super Bowl, and we got cost that shit.
Getaway Super Bowl.
But that's not why I'm mad at Dan Campbell. I think Dan Campbell's a great coach, and I appreciate the fact that he's aggressive, and I appreciate the fact that he listens to analytics and he goes with what the chart says. What I'm pissed at him about is that him using the analytics made a boomer, an out-of-touch boomer like Michael Wilbon right. That's what pisses me off, because Michael Wilbon be talking all that shit about go with your gut, fuck the analytics. You know, analytics is for nerds. We don't do numbers. You play football on the field. Fuck that shit. Follow the chart. I know he lost. Follow the fucking chart. Fuck that old boomer shit where we're going to get them 3 yards at a time. We're going to offensive line them to death, and we're going to do it the old school way. Nah, fuck that shit. Go for it on 4th down. All right? Don't kick the field goal. Don't punt. Go for that shit. Mike Wilbon talking about that analytics junk is what he called it. So I'm pissed at Dan Campbell for making a boomer ass motherfucker like Mike Wilbon right. That's what's pissing me off.
Okay.
I'm shocked that Michael Wilbon's catching it straight, but
that's my fucking problem, dog. Like, what are we doing in America today where we are so disrespectful to the elders? I'm not saying that some of them niggas, like a Mel Kiper, he deserved every stray he get. Mike Wilbon, nigga, you fucking know Mike Wilbon, not Uncle Mike and Uncle Tony, nigga. No. You're not fucking with Uncle Mike and Uncle Tony.
Mike can get senile too. All right, he's stuck in the old ways,
but they still be on their shit. These niggas done forgot more about sports than you ever fucking know. Yeah, listen, I'm not taking the PTI slander. I'll take any of them other niggas that come on that show that fill in. Yes, Pablo Torre, he can suck a dick.
I didn't slander, but this is the thing. I didn't slander PTI. Oh yeah, forget Pablo Torre, but I didn't slander PTI. Hell, I'm not even truly slander. I didn't say nothing about Tony, and I'm not saying that that Mike Wilbon hasn't earned his stripes, but I'm saying this particular take, he was wrong, and he was made.
But was he though? But was he though? Because see, here's the problem. Dan Campbell lost, right? Yeah, did he make it to the Super Bowl?
He didn't.
So he was wrong. So the choice that he made was wrong, which in turn made Michael Wilbon right. So you're mad because Dan Campbell fucked up and he tilted.
The chart says when he was going for it, the chart say go. Well, no, I take that back. That second field goal, he should have kicked that motherfucker. But the first time he went for it.
No, the first time I get it. But guess what? Shit happens and it didn't work. So the second time you don't go for it, nigga. You don't keep going for it, nigga. You kick and take the fucking points. It's called logic. Like Michael Wilbon said, you go with your gut. The gut said after that shit didn't go the first time, then you kick for the field goal. After the shit didn't go the second time, you definitely kick the fucking field goal.
I just don't like the fact that people who can't quantify numbers or speak to it just go with, oh, you don't deal with analytics. Analytics is part of the game now. It's what happens.
I don't think people saying don't go with analytics.
Rams won the Super Bowl because of
this is where I got to jump in. In 16, you're gonna agree with me with this point, and then I'm gonna just fall back. It should. How much did the Niners win that game by?
They won by what? Was it 4?
I think they won by 3. I could be wrong.
They won by
I don't remember what the final score was.
They won by 3.
24-21, right? That's what it was.
Yeah.
Or 34-31 or something like that.
I get it. Analytics is part of the game, but I'm with Wilbon on that shit. Some of that shit's got to come down to your gut. That shit's got to come down to what's going on between them white lines.
Situational football, baby.
At the end of the day, the Niners got to the Super Bowl, but they won by 3 points. So if you would have kicked the field goal and made it,
you give your
a whole
team a
different situation.
chance
You give your team
to
a
go
chance.
into overtime and win the fucking game. Literally, you got to give your team the best chance to win. And I fucks with Dan Campbell, but Dan Campbell has shown throughout this whole year where he gets stuck on one thing and he's going to prove you wrong that we can do this, and he tilts. It's called tilting in poker. If you play poker, you know.
I think the thing that disappointed me so much about Dan Campbell was because I had mentioned on the other show, OTG, I said, Dan Campbell's going to learn from going for two so many times against Dallas. He's going to learn from it, and that's what's going to help them make this playoff run.
He didn't learn the lesson.
He couldn't help himself.
Because it's literally an addiction. It's the part of your brain where you feel like you were as a gambler. I understand, right? Because if you get a bad beat, as they call it, if you feel like you have the hand one and they just get one lucky card, your brain tells you you can outplay this person, you can beat this person, even though this system is rigged. All of that shit is rigged for you to lose your money, right? And that's what happened to Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell felt like we had that play. The refs called a bullshit call. Granted, they did. I give it to you. They called a bullshit call. It shouldn't have been fucking called back. I give you that. But after it didn't happen the first time, you get pulled out of fucking range, you kick the field goal. He didn't. He went for it again and he lost.
I got to clear up something though.
He got a second chance.
I do have to clear
Michael Wilbon got a kid that's like 8 years old, so he still got to get them checks.
Michael Wilbon, I don't want to make this like, it's not somebody that hadn't provided us with entertainment for 20 plus years. I'm not saying that. I just thoroughly disagree with that take that analytics is some bull when teams are literally winning Super Bowls based on analytics. The Rams won one based on analytics. So I just don't agree with that take, but it's not the indictment of Wilbon and his career. I'm just saying that particular take, that shit sound old, but then I got to remember that he old, but it ain't on him. Years of great entertainment, but that shit is old.
Here's the problem. It's not that analytics is wrong because Wilbon understands the game, how it is. He can evolve, and I don't interpret him as saying you don't believe that all that analytics bullshit, because you're right. Analytics has helped people win Super Bowls. However, it's a combination of analytics and football IQ, a high football IQ. And as a head coach, that's what you got to have. And you got to be able to understand situationally why this is not going to work. And the analytics is saying do it again. We need to think about this and we need to play to keep playing. Because after you get pulled out of the fucking goal line range and you go for it again and then you get the gimme, you get pushed back again. At that point, kick the field goal. But you going for it again. Because you got to prove people wrong. And that had shit to do with analytics. That had to do with his fucking gut. His gut, he wanted to prove niggas wrong. And he done it 5 or 6 times that year. That's not a fucking analytics thing. That's a Dan Campbell thing.
You know what my gut and the analytics are saying? That this fucking segment is over. Yep.
Wrap this shit about to close the business tomorrow.
Close the business tomorrow. Yes.
No. Tonight.
Midnight.
Tonight.
Right now.
You are now listening to The Radio Show.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Atlanta.
You're listening to The Radio Show ATL on YouTube and all other podcast providers.
All right, man, another great episode. We got the homies here hanging out with me, Easy, Big Debo, Uncle Chris, man. Grateful to have them here. Information for both of their fantastic podcasts will be in the podcast and YouTube description. Appreciate everybody who listens, watches, all that good stuff. Running them numbers up. We definitely appreciate y'all, man. Got to give a shout out to the homies, OTG. I wanted to mention OTG specifically. They've been going live twice a week, doing a great job, man. Love what y'all doing, man. Keep up the good work. Same thing with you, Debo. Love what y'all doing over there with my black friend. Keep doing it. Keep pushing, man. Love it.
We ain't doing shit.
You got 300 episodes.
Nigga, that's in the past. Nigga, what have you done for me lately, nigga?
You're doing plenty right here with us, man. So we appreciate it, man. So yeah, man, we got a lot of we spoke about a lot of stuff, got a lot of things out there. I got some music to listen to, so we got plenty coming up next week to, I guess, talk about and break down and everything. So for the people, if you got something going on, you an artist, whatever you want to call it, you got a podcast, you want to partner up. If you want to be a guest on the Radio Show ATL, just send us an email to radioshowinbox@gmail.com, or you can send us a text 678-800-1677. We look forward to hearing from you. All right, man. So again, another great episode in the books, man. Appreciate all the fellas for hanging out. Debo, still my catchphrase, man. Do it.
Please remember and never forget, you're not listening to a radio show or some radio show. You listening to the radio show, ATL.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, that's some good shit. Thank y'all for listening and watching. And remember, every like and subscribe gets us another like and subscribe. So like and subscribe.
Yeah,
all right.
And like I said, before we take it on home, if you ain't clean, you can't get in between, church.
Wash your ass, please. Being musty in the McDonald's drive-thru is fucking crazy to me.